Look at your goofy ass. Look at your goofy ass. Happy Friday, man. Happy Friday, man. Hope you guys had a blessed week. I hope you guys are holding the line this weekend, man. I hope you guys are holding the line. Have fun. If you're going to do something, you take yourself out, have fun, you treat yourself. But do not spend a dime on these women. Focus on you. I want to talk about how, the economy is bad right now. A lot of people are broke dating. A lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck trying to date. Do not ever, please learn from my mistakes. Do not repeat. Just don't do this shit. Do not ever go into credit card debt over a relationship. I was in credit card debt when I was in my relationship. And it's not my ex's fault. It's my fault. I was broke, living paycheck to paycheck after I paid my portion of the rent. And I got two credit cards because in my mind is like, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm broke as fuck. I don't want the relationship to be boring. She pays for a lot of stuff, but I need to start paying for some shit, And I got two credit cards, racked up credit card debt when I was in that relationship. I handled it. Everything's settled now. I paid that off, but it took a lot of discipline to pay that off. But I got two credit cards during our last 3 years together. And I was just racking up credit card debt. Couldn't even pay the minimum balance. And I did that because I'm in a relationship. I want to start going out with her. I want to take her out to dinner and shit. And when I was in that relationship, I was the type to spend my last dollar on her, even though she got it, but I was broken in love. But I advise you guys, please do not ever get yourself into credit card debt. Do not. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to really be honest with yourself and say, listen, if I can't afford this, I cannot afford this. And if you're listen, I'm not with broke dating. I feel like if you are broke, you need to just be alone, focus on yourself. But if you are in a relationship, and I'm not going to bash you, it is what it is. You may have fell in love and you're in a committed relationship, but you need to be honest with her and say, you don't got it. You can't afford to take her out to eat. You can't afford to take her on trips. Majority of women say they don't want to be in a boring relationship. And it's New York City. City that never sleeps. Most people, they don't believe what you hear on the internet. Women say I'm a homebody. There ain't no such thing as a fucking homebody in New York City. Most people got FOMO. People want to go out. If you're with a woman, she's not going to want to be stuck in the house watching Netflix and not doing nothing. She's going to want to go out to restaurants. She's going to want to go out to lounges, bars. Like, you're going to want to explore the city. And it's New York. So you know how many, all these women are foodies too. So do you know how many restaurants are in each borough? Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Long Island, New Jersey. A lot of people are on their foodie shit and they want to go to these spots to try out the food, do an Instagram story. A lot of people are like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of women are foodies. It is what it is. But there's a lot of men, and I wasn't the only one going through this. There's a lot of men who are in credit card debt over a relationship, marriage, because you get so caught up, you lose yourself in the relationship because you're so focused on making sure she's fine, she's having fun. You're trying to become the best boyfriend you can be or the best husband, even if it's making you drown in credit card debt. And it's not good. But please, I'm telling you guys, do not do this shit. I did it and it was stupid. It was stupid. I should have been honest and direct, but with her and letting her know that I can enforce her and shit. And it's funny because one of her close friends from Japan, she was going through a breakup with her dude. And when they were breaking up, he was buff white dude with this Japanese chick. And he told her straight, listen, I've been in debt. This dude, like, he has his own gym and shit, right? So he's has his own business, but he was saying that he was asking people for money because his business wasn't doing that good, and he was in credit card debt. Keep in mind, this was a white dude who lived in Japan, and Japan's expensive. And my ex's friend, she ended up moving here to New York for a job. She got a job offer, and she ended up breaking up with old dude because he said, I can't afford you. And keep in mind, my ex's friend was with this white dude since she was in college. So since she was 19, 20? And this guy's older than her. He's like, what, 9 years older than her? So he had her, yeah, since she was about 19, 20. But I get it. Japan is crazy expensive. Everyone says Japan is not cheap. I want to go to visit soon, but I know that I need to have my money right before I go to Japan and visit. Japan is not cheap. And she ended up breaking up with him. And she said that was her true love, but he couldn't afford it. That's going to be most people's story today in 2026 and 2027 and beyond. Some relationships are going to end because you cannot afford it. I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news, but women are always going to feel like they can do better. But you got to ask yourself right now, if you got out of a relationship or marriage or whatever, when you were dead broke, years go by, you pick yourself up, and you're financially stable now. You got money. If your ex came back to you, would you want to give it a chance now that you got your money right? Or would you rather be solo dolo, focus on you, enjoy your success? Fuck women you probably ain't never had no access to. Try to get a better woman than your ex because your ex thought she could do better than you. Would you want to do that, or would you want to just leave that door open and see what can happen? It's tough. A lot of men are going through this right now. You're in credit card debt. You're living paycheck to paycheck, but you're in a relationship, you're in love, and you're all about the memories. You want to have some good memories. But you can't afford it. But you got to be honest with yourself. Is it worth it long term? If that relationship ends, was it worth it to be in that much credit card debt? I'm always going to be real and honest with you, even about my failures that I'm embarrassed about. Do you know how much money I racked in credit card debt when I was during the last 3 years of my relationship? $5,000. $5,000. And it is what it is. That may not be a lot to some people, but for me, who was broke as fuck, living paycheck to paycheck, yeah, that was a lot. I had an old friend. He's going through it. He's in his late 30s, and he had moved back home to his parents' house in Jersey. And he's trying to find a job. He's in a dark spot right now. And he was like, man, I'm trying to rush and get a job so I can go back to dating. That shouldn't be your priority. If you're late 30s, you had to move back in with your parents and you got no money. That's not a priority. That shouldn't be a priority for you. He went to, because I was confused because he was in grad school, so he wasn't working. And he went to Greece for a wedding. And I was like, damn, man, how are you able to afford that if you ain't working? And he said he got a loan from a friend. People's priorities are all fucked up today. If you don't got it, you don't got it. But I get it, as a man, you don't want to feel embarrassed in front of your girl. A lot of guys are stunning, trying to impress a girl. I remember I went to the movie theaters. I went to this movie theater on the upper, y'all know that AMC? Y'all know that, if you in New York, y'all know that AMC by Columbus Circle? It's like on the what? Is that the Upper West Side? Yeah, I think it's the Upper West Side. And I was in line to get some food. And this young black kid, man, he was on a date with a girl. And they get to the food, the counter to pay. And this woman, I'll never forget, this woman was this young girl. Kept on ordering all this shit. Popcorn, food, gummies, just all this extra shit. I could see the look on his face. He was like, listen, I don't have enough to pay this, because he paid for the tickets. In New York, it's over $20 to go to the movies here. So young kid probably don't got that much money. And she was just giving him shit because he couldn't afford to get all the candy and food for her. But he's a young kid. When you're that young, you don't know yourself. You don't have the strength to really stand up for yourself and put your foot down. But I felt for that kid because that was me. I used to live my life always going above and beyond for women who didn't deserve it, even if it meant me going broke for it. Don't do it, guys. I know there are times right now where you guys are watching social media, you're getting influenced. You see all these people living a luxury lifestyle. Don't get caught up. The internet's not real. Just focus on you. Don't ever put yourself in this situation, I'm telling you. Because sometimes it's going to be hard to get out of it when you're already busting your ass, you got a job, the bills you're already paying. Now you got to pay extra shit for the credit card debt. Just don't do it. Because if the relationship ends, the marriage ends, was it worth it? I get it, y'all had some memories, but was it worth it? Can I ask you something? Like, look at your goofy ass. Look at my goofy ass. If any of you guys were married in the past, if you survived a divorce, did you ever go into credit card debt in that marriage to make it work? How much debt did you put yourself in to make your wife happy? And the debt, and if you did, the debt that you got into, was it worth it in the end? Was she worth it? Because sometimes us men, you have to ask yourself, is she worth it? Sometimes most of these women are not worth it. And again, I'm not bashing my ex. That was my fault. I did that stupid shit on my own. I shouldn't have done it. And it was not her fault. That was me. I should have just been honest and direct, but I was embarrassed too. We can't be staying in the crib every weekend. Some women want to go out and they want to have fun. So I couldn't, bro. I did that shit. I did it. But don't ever learn from my mistakes, please. Learn from my mistakes. Don't ever put yourself into credit card debt. If you're with a woman, and I'm not saying my ex forced, again, it wasn't my ex's fault. She would always pay for everything, but she's paying for a lot of shit. I need to start paying for something, That's why I was digging myself into credit card debt. I was like, no, I need to start taking her out. I need to start, that's what I was doing. Because I wanted to, in terms of how she spoiled me, I kind of wanted to give her that back by taking her out and just spending money I did not have. And guys, just don't do it. Don't do it. If you don't got it, you just don't got it. And times are tough. Like, people feel like there's no job security. Everyone's saying the job market is horrible. It's bad right now. A lot of guys have moved back in with their parents. Everybody is so burnt out with just trying to survive. But at the end of the day, even though everyone's burnt out, they still long for a relationship and a partner. And there's nothing wrong with that. I know I say hold the line all the time, but if you feel like you're ready to jump back in and you want somebody, do it. I'm never going to clown you for that because this is your life at the end of the day. But you got to get with a woman who's going to be on your team. If you are to get back in the streets and you're trying to find somebody, you can't be the only one doing all the work in the relationship. It has to be equal. It can't just be you. That relationship is going to fail because you're going to be burnt out. Okay, you're already burnt out with working and surviving. Now you're going to be burnt out in a relationship when you're with a woman who does nothing for you. She doesn't clean, help out, cook, help y'all save money. If you're with a woman who's always spending money, and she's not trying to find ways, she doesn't have the mindset to try to find ways to how y'all can make more money. If she sees you in a bad position and you're like, hey, listen, let's find a way to make some money. If she's not trying to brainstorm with you, because a lot of us men, we've wasted our time with women who were just lazy. In this economy right now, if some men can't do it all on their own, they can't. Because there's a video that I'm about to release on Patreon. It's this guy, he's a dad, right? He has a family, 4 kids and a wife he has to take care of, and he got laid off. He was the only one working. Now he's stressed. He doesn't know how the 4 kids and a mortgage to pay for. Anything can happen. And when you get laid off, you got to take your shit out of luck, man. Stop getting with these women who are, they're not a team player. They're not a partner. Some of these women, they don't even help you grow. You know, all they do is take, use you for what you can do for them, and kick you to the curb when things get tough. It's fucked up, right? When all these women break, you know how many breakups this year? All these women breaking up with their dudes because he got laid off. She goes to her backup. She goes to that dude who she told you he's no one you need to worry about. Learn from your past mistakes. I know I learned from mine. And again, I'm not bashing my ex. I should have never, that was my fault. I should have never put myself in a credit card debt. But I was just trying to do something nice for her when I didn't have it. And a lot of guys have done this because you fall in love, you want to have some memories, you know? But learn from that and don't repeat it. If you got out of a relationship, a divorce, and you need to build yourself up, man, you need to think long term. You already know the bullshit that goes with going into a relationship or marriage. You already know the stress, all the work. Do you have that energy right now in your life when you have a lot of building to do? Do you have that energy to do that shit all over again with a new person that you got to get to know all over again? I don't. Most guys don't. Because you can want a relationship all you want. You can want a wife all you want, but please do not force this shit. Because you're going to attract a woman who doesn't even deserve you, who's not even on your level. And guys do that. They end up marrying the wrong woman, acting like they're on a time clock. They have kids. You're a man. But guys do that. They force this shit. And that marriage ends horribly. And what they say, I don't know who I married, like she changed. Yeah, you were ignoring all the red flags. You were forcing this shit. Instead of taking the time to be alone, vet these women properly. Most guys aren't even doing that today. But listen, man, y'all have a blessed weekend. Hold the line. If you don't want to hold the line, if you want to be out in these streets, have fun and protect yourself. And don't be no trick if you don't want to. I know a lot of guys are tricking today. Again, shout out to my boy, Coach Greg Adams. He did a stream a couple of days ago about the Abba situation. I haven't been paying attention to this Abba and Preach thing. I haven't been paying attention. But, Coach was talking about how, the guys with money in the monetized dating, they're controlling everything. He was like, most men are paying for it. Talking about if you don't boss up and if you don't get on board, you're going to be left out and not have a woman, and you're going to have to end up paying. It is what it is. You're going to have to end up paying. And I agree. I agree with them. Most guys are paying. It is what it is. I don't fault them for that. I'm not clowning them. But if I got to start paying, I'd rather just be alone for a while and build myself up and just focus on me. If I got to pay for a woman's time, for a woman to be around me, I get it. When you got money like that, it doesn't faze you. But I'd rather, dating is a game. Either you play the game or not, I'd rather not play. I'd rather just be solo dolo, focus on me, build, heal, and grow. Dating isn't an option for me. Dating isn't even a desire for me. I don't have any desire for a relationship, marriage, nor kids. So I'd rather just build on my own, man. Focus on me. So you guys have a blessed weekend. Hold the line. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. And sorry for just ranting. I just wanted to talk about this because it was on my mind these past couple of days. And I was embarrassed. I was like, I didn't know if I wanted to share this of getting into credit card debt when I was in my last relationship. But it needed to be said. And please, guys, don't do that. If you don't got it, you just don't got it. So I'll holla at y'all. Peace.